If there's one thing, maybe besides the battery life, that we lament about the Pixel Watch, it's probably the distinct lack of reputable accessories for this wearable. However, in recent months, Spigen and its subsidiary Caseology launched a few Pixel Watch accessories quite quietly, including cases, covers, and integrated straps. Since then, we've spent a little bit of time with these to find out if they are actually any good. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Google here on YouTube. Remember to thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then tap the bell icon to be among the first to watch our upcoming videos. So if you scour the multitude of online stores for Pixel Watch accessories, you'll no doubt find lots of strap solutions, but very few that include fully integrated covers with them. Luckily, Caseology has the Nano Pop, while Spigen has the Rugged Armor Pro. While it is a shame to cover up the design of the Pixel Watch, the rounded edges are constantly exposed throughout the day, so it's understandable if you would want to have some extra protection. If you want just edge cases or edge protection, you're serviced by the Caseology Vault bumper cover, or even Spigen's Thin Fit and Liquid Air designs. Another annoyance of the Pixel Watch is the lack of high quality screen protectors that are available to you, or at least have been since the device itself was launched. Luckily, if you do choose one of our recommended TPU style options, we can confirm that all of these Spigen and Caseology accessories will play nicely with this specific type of screen protection and the proprietary Pixel Watch strap mechanism here too. And you'll find a link to our recommended screen protectors down in the description below. But let's get on with looking at some of these new Spigen and Caseology options. First up, we want to showcase to you, which is actually not yet available as of this video going live, is the G-Shock inspired Rugged Armor Pro, which is actually new to the Pixel Watch. But Spigen has offered this for the Galaxy Watch and the Apple Watch series for a long time already. With the right watch face on your Pixel Watch, it looks truly impressive and gives what is ordinarily a potentially damage-prone wearable a little bit of extra backbone. It manages this because the chassis around the watch face and the edges are really firm and stiff. That should repel clashes with surfaces and any objects without the screen itself being directly in the firing line. The whole of the Pixel Watch screen is still fully accessible though, but I would say that the rotating crown is recessed by a few millimeters, and that does have a little bit of a negative towards this particular model. I've found that you have to use maybe the edge of your finger or your nail to turn the crown when the Rugged Armor Pro is fitted, but it does add that extra level of protection. You can though still easily press that recent button inwards, which is just above it. The addition of a ridged button to that particular cover also makes it easier to press this, which can feel very flat on its own without any sort of protective layer applied. I know that's been a big complaint from people out there. There's also a really pronounced and satisfying click noise when you press this button down now. I don't know if that's the case itself helping the acoustics, but what I think many people will love is the strap that is integrated into this itself. It means you don't have to take them off, use that clasp at all. It's just built in, and it uses a more traditional buckle loop style that clasps shut with lots of room for adjustment. I would say it's a bit more firm or stiff than I would personally like, but it's definitely not uncomfortable, and unlike my official woven band, it repels water and moisture a little bit better, making it probably a better option for people who are quite active throughout the day. In my opinion, though, the best all-around combined case and strap option, probably period, is the Caseology Nano Pop, and there are a number of reasons for that. Firstly, I would say the design is soft and curvy, and although I wouldn't necessarily call it sleek by any means, it's still fairly cohesive with the Pixel Watch's own rounded and bubbly design. And this is where it's a winner in more ways than one. I'd liken this to a Swatch, or in no ways is this a negative, one of those cheap digital watches you can pick up at most mall kiosks, airports, that kind of thing. And I don't think, as I mentioned, that is a bad thing, because this is a super lightweight accessory that actually weighs less combined than the default silicone strap that comes with your Pixel Watch. If you're getting a completely different aesthetic without adding tons of mass, that's always a bonus. And if you're sporty, I think that makes this the perfect everyday companion. And because it's lighter and the strap itself is easier to clasp with a more traditional method to affix it, it's just infinitely more comfortable. One negative here is that I would say there could be more loopholes, and because of that it might not actually suit those of you with bigger wrists. The large lip around the screen is not only great for protection, it also makes it easier to find the edges of the panel of the Pixel Watch for things like gestures and swipes. And I would say that the colour accenting of the prune charcoal, terrible name band, also has or perfectly matches the fern colour in this system that you'll apply to watch faces. I think making it an ideal companion for all of your favourite watch faces if you do set it to that particular colourway. A screen protector will fit with this, but I will say that it does marginally misalign with the precise or uber precise button cutouts. Like the Spigen Rugged Armor, you may need to adjust how you activate when that crown itself, when scrolling, is it's slightly recessed. And using your nail, you can scroll quite comfortably. Overall, it's a really, really good option. I think this is definitely my favourite for the Pixel Watch. When we start to look at clip-on cases and covers, the Spigen Thin Fit does keep the look and feel of the Pixel Watch's rounded aesthetic, while also protecting the all-important edges. And I think a lot of you might want to take a look at this for that particular reason. It manages to do this while ensuring that you can still access the crown and the side button without any inhibition, and it also helps keep those hardware buttons out of the firing line too, with just a little bit extra coverage. Because it is a clip-on cover, you're adding really no weight or bulk to your wrist. I do though dislike that missing section of the edge frame, but this does make sense, and it does also make it easier to use that rotating crown, as I say, which is especially useful given that some options don't. There's also a plastic recents button cover, and the raised lip around the screen is very minimal, but is always a nice addition. It should help protect against bumps and clashes on those edges, which most of you will be most concerned about, but direct screen bumps could be costly, as it would with any of the options we've mentioned. Visually though, like many transparent accessories, I would say that the clear version of the Spigen Thin Fit does cheapen the Pixel Watch's finish. I'd personally suggest that the black model looks much better, a lot sleeker, and is far less obvious from afar, and I think that's the one that most people should take a look at. Spigen also has the Liquid Air cover, and when this is applied, it instantly converts the Pixel Watch into a more boxy option, and it almost reminds me of the Galaxy Watch's shape, which is quite sharp and precise. All of the curves of the Pixel Watch are just hidden under a layer of rubberized, shock-resistant TPU. There are textured sections on each side of the top and bottom of the screen, although I would have actually preferred these at the sides of each screen, where I tend to rest my fingers when I'm interacting with my Pixel Watch. It is full coverage though, with a button cover and protruding frame to help protect that rotating crown as well, like a lot of these options tend to be. I have found this to be easier to access and press than the other Spigen and Caseology Pixel Watch accessories though. What's more, because it's pliable, the case itself, rather than rigid, even thick screen protectors should fit pretty comfortably, with a little bit of wiggle room if you do have something that is thicker than usual. The final case in this particular lineup is the Caseology Vault, and I think this is just basically a remix of the Spigen Liquid Air cover for the Pixel accessory. Rather than being flexible and soft to the touch though, this one is a little bit more firm, and it's practically identical in terms of size and shape. However, there is a grippy sandstone-like texture around the edges of the Pixel Watch screen and the underside of the case itself, and this should hide little nicks and dings more effectively than glossy finishes, and I think that makes this one of those ones for people who are ultra active. Unlike the Liquid Air case as well, the rotating crown is not necessarily as accessible. You'll need to adjust how you access this section, like I say, with a nail or the tip of your finger. The raised button cover does help to alleviate some issues here, and Caseology claims that the Vault case provides military-grade protection, but it should provide ample coverage, and it does feel particularly sturdy. I find that this suits mechanical style watch faces too, making it one of those options for people who want to have a more traditional watch look, with a little bit of rugged intent there thrown in for good measure. As I said earlier on in this video, I think for me the Caseology Nano Pop is my favourite. It definitely alleviates some of the issues of trying to find really poor quality third-party straps, but that is basically the entire lineup from Spigen and Caseology for the Pixel Watch. I have to say these are much higher quality accessories for Google's wearable than we've seen from a lot of other no-name OEMs out there on the market. It's littering stores like eBay, Amazon, that kind of thing. I want to know though, have you heard or seen anything you think we should take a look at? Let us know down in the comment sections below. It's also interesting to hear what accessories you use. And if you want to check out anything that I've mentioned in this video for yourself, you'll find links down there too. I hope you enjoyed this look at something a little bit different. Until next time though, this is Damien with 9to5 Google saying thanks for watching, and I will speak to you later.